Game Changers, we are back. NFL draft predictions. We're just doing the top 10 because after that it just gets nutty. So we're going to do that. We're going to do no trades too. Just we're going to do how the board lies. And we're using CBS as a what do you want to say? A key to help.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, kind of a key to help us out. We already have our picks, but we're going to kind of rag on CBS too. Yeah, cheat sheet is the better word to use, but we're going to rag on CBS as well. First couple picks I agree with, but then towards the end they get a little loopy. So, but before we move on, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, continue to follow the page. We give God the glory in every video that we do. This is a Christian channel. Hope you enjoy our predictions. We do a ton of NFL videos, so make sure you check those out. We'll have our NFL reaction playlist at the end, and then also we'll have one of our predictions at the end as well of this video. So, all right. Excuse me. Number one pick, my boy Nick. Who do you got going to the Houston Texans? No, Houston Texans.
The Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans. Who do you got going
I
to
get my years mixed up, but at least I got my teams right.
Yeah. Who do you got going to the Tennessee Titans?
Yeah, right. For Tennessee Titans, I got Cam Ward going. I think that is a foregone conclusion that he's going to go with Tennessee. Yeah. And then something I saw, I think this was last week or sometime around last week, it was where he was playing Fortnite, and then one of the questions he got while he was live streaming was, who do you think the best running backs are in the league? And he said, Tyjae Spears and Tony Pollard, and everybody's like, I think we know where this is
insider
headed.
information.
It's like they're definitely not the best running backs, but they're probably the best for him. So that's kind of where he was leading towards.
He's trying to build up that team morale. So I agree, he's going to go number one overall. I think it is a mistake by the Titans, though. I said it in a previous video that I don't think he's the answer. I don't think he's the quarterback to go for. There's a lot of quarterbacks that I think are around the same talent level, and some of them are going to fall to the second round. So why not get a sure thing in Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter, and then get your quarterback in the second round, or even trade back up into the first round? I just don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't think he's the answer. So, all right, who do we got number two overall?
All right, number two is Cleveland's pick as of right now. Now, there may be some shakeups here and there, but we're only talking about as of
where they lie
right now. So I think this is where they're heading as well. I think they're going to go Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
Travis Hunter, because he can play both sides of the ball, and that makes it an exciting thing for a team that's not exciting at all. Because who do they have? Cleveland. So it's like all they have is Myles Garrett, and that's it. And their QB room right now, as it stands, is Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett, and that is not a good QB room at all. So I think Travis Hunter brings that excitement to the Browns, which is what they want to do. But I will say this though: just imagine if Cleveland drafts Abdul Carter. Think of how crazy that would be when you have Myles Garrett and Abdul Carter on the same team. That is like, that's a scary thing for whoever the running backs or for whoever the quarterbacks are when they're playing against.
Yeah, I think that it would be wild, but they have so many holes to fill that I think Travis Hunter makes more sense because of what Nick brought up. They need offense, they need defense, and Travis Hunter can play both. I think if Cleveland is smart, they start him at defensive back, and then when they're on goal line or third downs, that's when they bring in Travis Hunter to help out when it matters most. He doesn't need to be out there every play on offense and defense. You're gonna break the guy because the NFL, they're a lot bigger than they are in college. So be smart, be selective when you put players in. And I agree that do not go quarterback here. Shedeur is too early, and he's come out and said that he doesn't want to play for Cleveland. So it doesn't make sense drafting him here. Take the sure thing in either Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. But for me, I think Travis Hunter makes more sense for Cleveland. All right, who do we got for number three?
Number three, we got my team, the Giants. And the way it looks right now is I think they're going to go in this direction. Whoever's available, Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter, I think the Giants are going to get one of them.
Yeah.
And so the way I think is if Cleveland's going to get Travis Hunter, I think the Giants are going to get Abdul Carter, which I would be all for. I think he was an amazing talent in Penn State. And right now they're saying he could be the next Micah Parsons, and that is saying something. Micah Parsons is a beast.
Yeah,
so it's like I think Abdul Carter definitely brings that edge to the defense, which already has like an okay, like I would say, little more above average defense with the Giants. They have Brian Burns, they have Kayvon Thibodeau, and then they have Dexter Lawrence, and then you add Abdul Carter there. You already built up for the defense, and that's how the Giants won all their Super Bowls was their defense.
Yeah.
So I definitely think they could build on that. And then also too, look at this past Super Bowl with the Eagles and the Chiefs. How did the Eagles win the Super Bowl? Obviously they scored all those points, but they made Patrick Mahomes so uncomfortable. So if you can already build up on defense, then you're already ahead of the game. Right. So regardless of who the QB is for the Giants. So I think they're going going to go with Abdul Carter. I think if the Giants get Shedeur Sanders at number 3, I think that's a huge mistake because of all the offseason moves of what they did. It would make absolutely no sense, and if that's the case, I think both guys, Dable and Shane, should walk.
Fired. Yeah, fired. Get him out. Get him out. So you can tell Nick is a Giants fan. My man went in. So, but I agree, and this is where it gets weird. I think if Abdul Carter's sitting there, which I think he will, they draft Abdul Carter. But Nick just talked about all the defensive ends that they have already. But again, take it from the Eagles playbook. The Eagles had a ton of guys on defense that could rush the pass rusher. And then obviously the offensive line was incredible too. You got to start building in the trenches to be a team that's going to compete. I agree. Shedeur, they should not draft him here. But if he's hanging around to the end of the first round, they should trade back into the first round to get Shedeur. Because if they can walk away with Abdul Carter and Shedeur Sanders in the draft, that's a huge win for their GM and their head coach. But again, Abdul Carter's the move to make here. He's so talented. He is. He's Micah Parsons from Temu. I don't think he's as good as Michael Parsons, but still, being just a step below is very impressive because Michael Parsons is obviously he's definitely top 5 defensive end in the NFL. You got 4.
So number 4, I got the Patriots are going to get the number 4 pick, and the way the mock draft is right now, I kind of agree with that because they made so many moves in the off season on both sides of the ball. I think they're going to go Will Campbell as the O-line. He's the best O-line, and with the number 4 pick, why not go for a top O-line with your already good team on both sides of the ball? So I definitely think with that move, with getting the best tackle already, I think will put you definitely I wouldn't say over the Bills, but I think that'll definitely put them at least maybe in playoff contention. Who knows? But like with the moves that they made already, it makes sense to go the best tackle, which is Will Campbell. I think they're going to go with that.
Yeah. I'm hard on quarterbacks, so I'm not a believer in Drake May. I don't think he showed much last year. He's like on paper what you want because he's huge, he's got a good arm, all that kind of stuff. But again, just some not mental issues, but just mental mistakes with him. Just some plays where you're scratching your head and you're just like, now to be fair, his team was terrible last year. So now they're making a team around him, so we'll see what happens. But I agree, you draft your quarterback of the future, and then the following year you draft your offensive lineman to protect him. And people are knocking on Will Campbell because they said he has short arms and stuff like that. But in college, he was incredible. So I agree. I think Will Campbell is the move to make in this position. All right, who we got number 5?
Number 5 is going to be Jacksonville, the Jaguars pick. Right now, as it stands, they might go with Mason Graham. And, the Jags are not really that good of a team. So, it's like they could go pretty much anywhere in the draft and they'll be fine. So, if they went with Mason Graham, I think that'd be fine. I think that's where they're going to go. So, I agree with that. I think Mason Graham's going to be the pick. But at the same time, it's like, is that going to improve the team? Sure. Mason Graham's a good talent. But at the same time, the Jaguars, it's like they're going to be in that threshold all the time of a bottom-tier team. So, they're going to be getting top picks for years to come. So, I think that's what's going to happen with them. So, I think they're going to go with Mason Graham here.
Yeah, I think they're going Mason Graham as well. Just pick the best player that's available. When your team is that bad, especially when you gave Trevor Lawrence all that money, you got to build pieces around him. If you believe in Trevor Lawrence, I think he's going to be a mid-tier quarterback for the rest of his career. Just holds the ball way too long. Can't. Again, he reminds me of Drake May, or Drake May reminds me of Trevor Lawrence, where on paper they're like the prodigy of a quarterback, but just decision making and just can't get it done. So. Mason Graham, I think, is the pick to make here. Who do we got for pick number 6?
Pick number 6 is going to be the Vegas Raiders. And right now, as it stands, the mock draft is, I agree with it. It's going to be Ashton Jeanty, and it's a perfect situation for the Raiders because what's their need at most is running back. And then who's their coach? Pete Carroll, and he loves running back. So it's like Ashton Jeanty, as it stands right now, as the top in a running back heavy draft. Mm-hmm. Right now they're saying he's the best one, and so the Raiders, they need a running back and he's the best one, so it's just a perfect situation for them. But like I said before, with Pete Carroll, I'm never rooting for the guy, so it's like I think they are going to go with Jeanty, and I think he's going to make that offense so much better. I'm trying to think of a big name running back who got drafted who made a big impact right off the bat.
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley is one. Yep.
Number 2 overall. So, yeah, I agree. I think they're going to go GNT. I think that's a lock. I'm going to get crazy, though. I think the Raiders, they have so many pieces that they need to fill. I think they should trade back. And I'm a huge GNT fan. I think he's incredible. But drafting him 6th overall, a running back, I don't know. Especially in a draft class where there's a ton of great running backs. If I was them, I would trade back out of that position. And then I would actually not go back too far. Just far enough where you can pick up Shador, because I'm not a big believer in Geno Smith. They need a quarterback. I think him in Vegas, I think he would love it. I think his dad would love it. So I think Shador Sanders, you trade back a little bit, you pick him up, and then you get a couple other pieces, and then maybe a Trevion Henderson as you're running back a little bit with the pieces that you got from the number 6 overall pick. I think that makes more sense for the Raiders. You bolster your team right away. You get a running back that's pretty close to Gianti, and you also get your future quarterback. Again, they got Geno Smith, but I don't think he's going to be the future in Vegas. So, all right, that's pick number 6. We're going into number 7. Who do we got?
All right, so number 7, that's going to be the New York Jets pick. So CBS has their mock draft, Armand Membu, the tackle, going number 7. I disagree with that because, I mean, getting a tackle actually would be great. But I think with the route they're going, I don't think it would work out because the reason being is because the Jets right now need a tight end because Tyler Conklin walked. I think is with the Chargers now, or
I forget what team.
NFC,
I think it was the Chargers. Yeah.
Yeah, he's I think it's an NFC West team. So they're in need of a tight end, and they dropped the ball last year with not getting Brock Bowers. And look at the season that he had.
Yeah.
So right now, yeah. So what they're saying right now is Tyler Warren is the top tight end. And it's like he did so much in college. He was a running back. He was a quarterback. He was everything. So you could have him as like a Taysom Hill type of role. Why would the Jets not want him at number 7? It's like they already have Justin Fields. And, yeah, I know they want to be a run-heavy team. So, I mean, getting a tackle at that point makes sense. But it's like, why would you not want to bolster up more pieces on offense? It's like, personally for me, if I was the Jets, I would go Tyler Warren here.
Yeah. I'm with Nick. I agree. Tyler Warren is a proven star, and he's got the body for it. He's NFL ready. So I would go Tyler Warren too. And they got Tyron Smith from Dallas last year, and he did pretty well. So you already have offensive line there, and you can address offensive line later on with your other picks. But you got to pick the studs that you know are going to be studs, and Tyler Warren for me at number 7 makes the most sense. We got number 8.
All right, so number 8 is going to be the Carolina Panthers pick. And the mock draft for this one has Jalen Walker, the edge rusher for Carolina, and I agree with that. I think that would definitely help. Well, the thing is, Carolina is not that good to begin with,
no.
but at the same time, Jalen Walker, they're saying he could be the next Roquan Smith, which is saying something because right now the Panthers, they are just so bad defensively. Even though they did some moves in the offseason, which helped them out a little bit, but I think this move helps them out big time with getting Jalen Walker. So I would, if I were the Panthers, I would go there.
Yeah, they need an edge rusher. They need to pressure the quarterback. I can't even think of who their top sack guy was last year.
I don't know.
So yeah, they need pressure on the quarterback. Bryce Young is showing flashes of he could be legit in the NFL. I don't think he's going to be top 5. Probably not even top 10 quarterback, but right outside the top 10, I could see him being. And for his size, that's pretty impressive. Again, he took a big turn last year, halfway through the year last year after he sat. So I think they're pretty excited about him, but they need to build that defense up. I agree 100%. Who we got? Pick number 9.
All right, pick number 9 is going to be the New Orleans Saints. And
this gets wild.
Yes, it does. So for this one, the mock draft has the tackle Kelvin Banks Jr. Going to the Saints. Now, for this one, this is the way I see it, is it was reported that Derek Carr had some injury that might keep him out the whole year, so the Saints are in need of a quarterback, unless if they want to go with Spencer Rattler the whole year, or maybe get somebody free agency, but it's like, how's that going to work out?
Yeah.
So why would the Saints not want to go with Shedeur Sanders right there if he's still available, which right now, as it stands right now, he could be available. So it's why would the Saints not want him? And plus, I saw something too that Deion Sanders, I think it was on some kind of social media, I don't know if it was Instagram or something, but he said he loves black and gold. And what colors are those?
There we
those
go.
are the Saints colors. So it's like, why would the Saints not want to?
It's Colorado's colors too.
Exactly. So it's like, why would the Saints not want to get at this opportunity right here?
Yeah. I agree with Nick too. Saints are another team. They're in cap trouble. They have a lot of holes to fill. But here's the thing that I would do, again, having that GM cap, I would trade back to, I think the next team that needs a quarterback after them is the Steelers. You just got to make sure that the Steelers don't trade up, which I don't think they would do anyway. But trade back just a few picks, and then pick Shador there, and then you got more picks that you can use to build your team. So that's what I would do. But I agree with Nick. You pick Shador. I personally think he's the best quarterback in this draft right now, ready to play in the NFL. Cam Ward, I just don't see it. And then the other guys, I just don't see it either. Jackson Dart, maybe, but his offense is a little bit wild
or
in
Tyler
college.
Shough.
No, I don't think he's going to be that good. And then, but I like Jalen Milroe too, but with Jalen Milroe, he's going to need a few years because he's more of a raw talent. He reminds me of an Anthony Richardson that just, he's got a better head on his shoulders, and he's not injured like Anthony Richardson either, which is crazy because he's built like a tank.
Which is why I think he's perfect for the Giants.
There you go. Second round. Second or third round?
Second.
There you go. All right, who do we got? Last pick, number 10.
Right, last pick, number 10, is going to be the Chicago Bears.
This one makes no sense either.
The mock draft has Tyler Warren going to Chicago. It's like, I'm not saying anything against Tyler Warren. He's great. But the thing, though, is like, I just don't think he fits with the Bears because it's like they already have Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
Cole Kmet is good.
Very good.
Yeah.
2 years ago, he was the top 5 tight end in the league. So,
so
it just makes no sense.
Yeah, so I don't know why they would want to, unless if they plan on, moving Cole Kmet to another team and then getting Tyler Warren in there, maybe. But it's just like, you already have, a firm foundation. So why would you not want to just build on that? So for the Bears, I would go the best tackle, and that would be Armand Membo. The next best guy after Will Campbell. So I would try, because what's Caleb Williams' problem? He holds on to the ball for too long.
He needs more of a line. Yeah.
So he needs more of a line. So I would say, and I think they still have DeAndre Swift and then a few other running backs as well. So that would definitely help out the backfield of the Bears. So I would go Armand Membo if I was the Bears. But, I mean, if Tyler Warren is available at 10, I mean, sure. But at the same time, it's like, what are you going to do with Cole Kmet?
Yeah. I agree 100%. They need to go offensive line. Any position that they want in the offensive line, they need to go. Again, Caleb Williams holds the ball too long. The offensive line looked really bad last year, so it was just a mess. So they need to go offensive line here. Tight end makes no sense at all. Cole Kmet, again, is a great tight end. Tyler Warren, again, we're not saying anything bad about him. I think he's going to go to the Jets, and then I think the tackle is going to go to the Bears. So if you guys agree with these picks, let us know. Put who you got going where in the comments section. Let us know your top 10. Let us know if we're close. And if you want to do all 32 of the first round, that's awesome too. Make sure you put it in the comments. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, continue to follow the page. We'll give God the glory in every video that we do. God bless you guys. Catch you on the next video.